Good evening. Hey there, Sky. How are you doing? Hey there, Stevie Bananas. How are you? Hey there. How is everyone doing? Hey, Derek. How are you doing, sir? How are you and your family? Hey, Laura. Hey, Nancy. How are you? You got a new phone? I did too. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Nubia. Hey, Mama Wolf. Hey, Doreen. How are you guys doing? Hey there. Oh, thank you. Hey there, Esther. Unica. Hey there. Hey, Alexandra. Well, thank you. Justy from Deutschland. Hey there, Sherry. How are you? Hey, Kathy. How are you doing? How are you guys? Hi, Brenda. No bubbles under the screen protector. No cracks on my camera. Hey there, Teresa. How are you? You missed me in the past couple of weeks? I've been on there. I've been on here. Oh, you just missed my lives. Okay. Hey, Just Believe. How are you? Hey, Jill. Oh, thank you. It's your first time watching live? Well, thank you. Well, thank you for being here. Hey, Monique. How are you? Hey, Cindy. Savannah, Georgia. All right, Valerie. How are you? Hi, Ruby. How are you doing? Oh, thank you. Hey, from Virginia. Hey, Leah. Hey, Sabrina. Happy Sun. Oh, that you're the alumni. Hey there, alum. How are you? Hey, Tanya. Well, thank you. Kokoda, y'all have to work with me because I got cameras. I actually got a mount for the cameras so I can look up and down. Well, thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you for being here. Hola. Aloha. I was going to say hola. Aloha. How you doing, Kokoda? How are you? New York. All right, then, Shirley's. Hey there, Miss Chat. How are you? Hey, Sherry. How you doing, Miss Sherry? I saw you just a little while ago. You just didn't know I was looking at you. Hey, Tanya. Oh, thank you. Oh, mahalo. Hey, Whitney. That's my battle right there. Went through AIT together. Hey, Michelle. Love you, Whitney. From Daytona. All right. All right then, Miss Brenda. Okay, you've been keeping busy, Stevie. All right. Well, happy Sunday to you too. Oh, thank you. I know I'm not traveling. Hey, Michael, I'm not traveling, so I can come on early. So when I'm done with my mentor and what she has to do, then I get to come on and hang out with you guys for a little while. So since I'm not traveling on the road, Miss Whitney, I know you've been asking me about these travel and going places, but after this shut-in, I think, Whitney, I think we're going to have to plan us a cruise. I need to go on a cruise. So as soon as the Rona is lifted, we're going to have to find us some time off because I need to come and hang out with you on a cruise, Whitney. I think I'm feeling social. Hey there, Primrose, how are you? Oh, thank you. Well, hello, Utah. Hey, Dane. Think YouTube is better? Okay. So I got the camera up high for YouTube, and then I got my, hey, Tom, how are you doing from Scotland? How are you doing, sir? Yeah, you see the aquarium? See the aquarium behind me? I got a little table. I need to come and just visit you, Whitney. I need to go see what Mr. Snell is doing. I ain't talked to Mr. Snell in a while. Tell him I said hello. Oh, buddy. You got a sketchy feed? Okay. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, you get to see the aquarium back here. You guys get to see, and then the aquarium stand that I built. You guys get to see it back here. Yeah, so I'm sitting somewhere else. I got to do, okay, so y'all, I bought 7 fish. I don't know what happened, but 4 of them died and left me with 3, so I had to get some more. Oh, you like these early ones? Yeah. Nice life. Thank you. Hey, Robbie, we miss you. Since we know what your eyebrows look like over here in this quarantine. Yes, all is well over here. Thank you so much for asking. I hope you guys are doing well too. Well, all right, Alexandra. Okay. Well, hi there. How are you doing? Hold on. I'm going to take questions in just a minute. I'm just looking for all my moderators. I am. Hey, Marcia. How are you? All right. You hear cruise? Where we going? Esther said, where we going? Hey there. How are you doing? You got my book? Hey. Do you have aquariums where I'm? Yeah, there's some aquariums where I'm at. It's down in Seattle. All right, New York. Well, thank you, Miss Marie. Oh, Maria, thank you. Who's throwing the first clock? I have no idea who's on here. So I got Stevie Bananas. Who else is on here? Stevie Bananas. Where's Telsha? Telsha's usually on here. And then just Be Real. Okay, Stevie Bananas there. You guys over? Where's Just Be Real? You know she usually pop in right in the middle. So Just Be Real, Telsha, Stevie Bananas, and New Donna Rises. So, and then TMG. So out of 5 of them, at least 2 of them need to be on here. You got some Oreos? Hey, from London, how are you doing? Thank you, Lauren. Thank you. Hey, Charlotte, how are you? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Aloha, how are you, Gabby? Where are you at? Where you at, Gabby? Thank you for being here. Oh, thank you, Mabel. Thank you so much. You got my color on those pictures. Those are my pictures. Hey there, Salento, how are you doing? Who we got? Hi there from Miami, Florida. How you doing, Travia? I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? You almost walked out? You gotta relax. Hey, Stacy. Thank you, Sky. They do look fresh. I need to do them. I'm going to do them tonight or tomorrow because I already broke 3 of them in half. So I got to do them tonight or tomorrow. Let me see how much energy I have once I come off. I might sit down and relax for the first time. I got some stuff to do, but I might actually sit down and watch a movie. So while I'm sitting and watching a movie, I know, right? I'm watching a movie. Well, thank you from New Jersey. Thank you so much. So I might actually sit down and watch a movie. I don't know yet. I don't want to, I refuse to feel guilty. But I might actually take a break and do my nails tonight. Because I've already broken like 2 of them are cracked. Came over from YouTube? Okay. Hey there, Patience from Arizona. Hi from Canada. Hey, life's a journey. You miss going to the movies? I make my own movies right here. Hey, Pink Kisses, how are you? Hey, reporter, Iowa City. All right. You made a few people laugh. Where the rest of the moderators at? Hey, from the UK. All right, British Columbia, Canada. All right. Chicago, all the shops. Yep, they're all closed, huh? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. No, I haven't seen The Invisible Man yet. Not yet. I'm waiting. I was waiting for it to go from $14.99 to $5.99. So it's on demand, but it's on $14.99 for you to purchase. I'm not trying to purchase the movie. I'm just trying to rent the movie. So I'm waiting to see it. So I'm going to go back and look again and see what the rental price is. Hey, from the UK. Hey, Ohio. I'm going to watch it, though. Well, hello there, Felicia. How are you? Checo, how are you doing? Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Montreal, Canada. All right. Let me ask a crazy question. Correct me if I'm wrong. In Montreal, do they speak French? Is Montreal the French side? I'm not sure. Teach me, y'all. Teach me. Hey, Atlanta. How's Atlanta doing, Jermaine? How's everything in Atlanta? Hey, Marion. There we go. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. Got it. See, I'm almost cultural. Movie sounds good tonight. Yep. I don't know where the rest of my moderators are. I was waiting for my moderators. I got one moderator, Stevie Banana, but Stevie got to keep up with the time and got to block people. Skydream is it? Here the clock. How do you throw the clock? Just be real. Flip the script. How do we throw the clock? Just throw the clock. It's worth $14.99. Okay, I might do that then. I might do it. It is worth it. Okay, I might do it. So tonight I might sit down and do my nails and watch a movie. When I come off a camera, I got to see what I have to do. I have to walk back over to my office, which is over there. They're not trolling yet. So I have to walk over to my office over there and see what all I have to do. And if I don't have a lot to do, then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to order the movie and do my nails. So I have to walk over there first I have to drive over to my office over there, which is right over there. Give me a minute, Charlotte. Hey there, Angela, how are you? So how many people we got on? We got a lot of people on. We got some people on there. We got some people on. All right, well, hey there, how are you doing, Wigology? With Valerie. Okay, Valerie, let me ask you a question. Like, do you do wigs? You know, I'm a wig girl. You do wigs, Valerie? You are so welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You do? Okay, you got to email me your information so I can go check. Do you have a site? Because I make my own wigs too. But I always like looking at some good wigs. Hey, Alicia. Doing better? Good. Drive? I am. I'm going to drive right over there. Hey there, Tracy. Bald is beautiful. Well, hey there, Tia. Welcome. No, I cut all my hair off years ago so I can do what was it called? Hey, Miss Nubia. Can you use the workshop? Yes. So don't worry, I'm gonna still do it. I'm gonna do the workshops on Zoom. I promise you guys. So let me just tell you that the way that I operate, I have learned a lot during this COVID shut-in. And one of the things that I realize is that I do a lot of stuff all at one time. And sometimes what happens when you're doing a lot of stuff, hey Sinclair, when you're doing a lot of stuff, you can't finish a lot of stuff. And so something that's pleasurable, as you guys know, thank you. Something that is pleasurable, something you enjoy doing ends up being tedious because you're doing too much at one time. And so I'm cleaning up a lot of stuff from my business because I have the opportunity to do it from home. So I'm not traveling all the time. I'm not on the road. You know, I don't have to take anybody to basketball practice. I'm not running back and forth to school, you know, so, and then of course, you know, I make sure that my mentor comes first. So I make sure I take care of my mentor first. And then I do what I have to do, and then including running the business. And so being here on shut-in, on lockdown, hey, Lean, I miss you, girl. How you doing? That's my supplemental girl. But so what ends up happening is yeah, I got to clean up. I'm cleaning up a lot of stuff. And so I'm fixing a lot of stuff. So I'm trying to get all that stuff in order because when I commit myself to something, I like to be consistent. You guys like consistency. One thing that I noticed about you guys on YouTube, here on Facebook, you know, especially when you're going through something like you guys are going through, when you're going through recovery, when you're going through the discard, when you're going through the pain of, hey, Valerie, hey, classmate, with your pretty self. But when you go through the stuff that you guys go through, you know, or have been through, you know, the discard, the pain, the torment some of you guys are going through with these individuals, consistency is very important. And so I'm a person that, you know, when I went through what I went through, consistency was very important to my healing process. And so if I start anything, I like to be consistent when I start. But one thing that I noticed is I was doing so much at one time that everything that I was trying to be consistent with, I felt obligated to, and I wore myself out. So I was burning myself out. And so one thing that I want to do, hey, is it Franchos? I think I'm right. Please tell me if I'm right. But one thing that I want to do, that if I start something, especially when we start doing these conferences on Zoom, I want to be consistent, but I don't want to bite off more than I can chew. And so what I'll do is you know, let me clean up everything so that I get everything in order. And when I get everything in order, when I start these Zoom conferences, I will be consistent. I will be consistent because you guys want consistency. And then I'm also, you know, working on doing classes. And so when you take a chunk of that's a lot of energy, that's a lot of time. And so I do have clientele at the same time. And so don't worry, the surveys are over. But I kind of get the gist of what you guys need. And so, hey, Miss Yolanda, how are you doing? But you said Apostle Helen Sadler and Dr. Romani are your mentors. I'm putting you guys first. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. So, but I will be consistent. So when I start the conferences, I am going to be consistent. We'll have it set to like maybe once a month, so that you guys can get topics. And I'm gonna try to set it up where if you guys want to, you know, pay for the replay, anything like that, and to create classes. But you guys know, and you know, hopefully you guys are taking the opportunity while you guys are in this shut-in you know, just like my mentor is teaching all of us, is write down what it is that you want to do. Write down your vision, write down goals to get to that vision, but don't write so much that you can't do it. And then don't write so much that it becomes unpleasurable. If you're going to do something, make sure that you're able to maintain it, because there are people dependent on you to do it. And so anything that I do, I try to be very consistent, and I try not to do, thank you so much, Lisa, but I try to be consistent. So this is, you know, whenever I do something, you know, it takes me a little time to catch up. And then when I do it, you know, I'm consistent. Just like with my podcast, you know, I had to slow down because it was taking up some time from other stuff. And so just want you to know that the podcasts are available. You guys check out the podcast. Well, hey there, Kathleen. Check out the podcast. And then, now, Sky, how are you having a whole conversation that has nothing to do with what we talking about here? Y'all having a whole conversation that has nothing to do with what we talking about. But y'all need to text each other. Get each other's number and text each other. Because when you guys do that, everybody's paying attention to your conversation. And so either you're going to be with me or you guys going to have your own conversation. Go text each other. Y'all text each other on the side. So... all right, y'all ready? Well, Stevie Bananas, I think you are the only one here at this particular time. So all the other, I was trying to wait. I was trying to talk my way through it, you know, and wait for the other ones to come on. So Stevie, give me 45 minutes. You good? So if Telsha and New Dawn Arises and Just Be Real come on, let them know. Well, there you go, Natasha. Natasha's here. Hey, Tasha. So you and Tasha, give me 45 minutes, all right? And then I'm ready. Ebony, you're going to have to email me. It's drcarmenbryant@outlook.com. drcarmenbryant@outlook.com. And send me an email. And you send me an email, then I will send you my fees for coaching. So I appreciate it. She's a pretty lady too, Jackie O. She's a pretty lady too. And those of you guys that are into your own businesses, just to let you guys know, up here, Natasha's Touch on YouTube, she's going to put her information on Facebook and on YouTube to let you guys know, for those of you that have businesses and need flyers, you know, those of you that need flyers, those of you that need like, some of you guys not only need flyers, you also need like thumbnails, or you need like whatever you need dealing with. If you guys look at my flyer on there, she creates those for the church and she creates those for people in general. So you guys get in contact with her. It is her business. It's Natasha@natashastouch.com. So you guys, Natasha@natashastouch.com. Those of you needing flyers, those of you need cards and need a design on your cards and everything. She's really, really good. She's meticulous. She fancy. She fancy. And she does interior decorating and stuff too. She's real fancy. So the name of the movie was The Invisible Man. Yeah. Kirsten, no, I do not take... I need more than a counselor and my psychiatrist. Well, Kirsten, I do not do counseling out of state of Washington. If you are in the state of Washington, I can provide you with counseling, because at this particular time, I'm doing online counseling for those in the state of Washington. But if you are outside the state of Washington, I cannot provide you with counseling. I can only provide you with coaching. And coaching and counseling is relatively different. It's different. Yeah, The Invisible Man, different. There it goes. It's Natasha@natashastouch.com. So if you guys need any type of brochures, you need cards, you need flyers, you have, go check out her work. She does, and you guys saw my flyer on there. And then if you go to Apostle Helen Sadler, to hers, you'll see the flyers on there. That's all the work of Demetria Fields. That's Natasha@natashastouch.com. So you guys ready? You guys ready? Okay. You're a home renovator and you travel. Stevie, that's a long way to go, to travel way up to Washington to renovate homes. But if you're going to travel, you do it. Can you expand on what coaching is and where I can find it? Just send me an email and I'll tell you. So you guys ready? Texas. It's great in Texas. There's a lot of narcissists here. I believe it. But you can still have narcissistic fleas, right? Right? What do you recommend for hyperarousal? Counsel? You need some counseling. You need some counseling so you can work with that. That's probably a part of post-traumatic stress disorder, but I don't know because I haven't assessed you, so I would recommend counseling. Hey, Detroit. Got family in Detroit. Let's see. Belgium, Europe. All right. All right then in Belgium. Yep. In Congress, lots of narcs. Yep. Hey, Michigan. Hey there, Nina. Hey there, Iowa. I have an adult narc child who is tearing my house, who's tearing up my house and not listening, becoming more volatile. If you have an adult child, you might have to make some decisions, Kelly. You know, you want them to tear up your house, or you need them to take accountability. So you're going to have to make some decisions. I can't make the decision for you, but you're going to have to make some decisions. Either go ahead and accept it and let them keep doing it, or you're going to have to make some decisions. You're going to have to make some decisions. How do you gain the confidence to publicly speak out about the narcissist? I would like to publicly speak, share my story to raise awareness. First of all, you got to go through your own process of healing, because people know whether you're healed or not. People will know, number one, people will know whether you're healed or not because of how you talk and what you talk about. And how you talk and what you talk, you know, you have to think of the people that are on YouTube and on Facebook. Check out some of the comments that they make. People are very, especially when you've been abused like this by a narcissist, you know, people are very in tune to whether you are hurt, you're still hurt, and you're speaking out of pain, or whether you're speaking out of helping other people. When you tell your story, hey, Tanya, when you tell your story, are you able to tell your story from a place of healing, or are you still telling your story from a place of pain? And believe you me, when you do it, people can pick up on whether or not you healed or not. You can listen to a lot of coaches, and when you listen to a lot of coaches, you can tell whether they're hurt, whether they've gotten back into a relationship with a narcissist and what they talk about, or whether they just disappear. You know, if a coach just disappears and they had good information, 9 times out of 10, they probably got hooked up with another narcissist or the same one. And so you have to make sure that you're healed first. You need to go through the process of healing, because when you go through the process of healing, you know how to come, because you know what it feels like to go through the process of healing. You know what it feels like to go through grief and trauma. You know what it feels like in the first place. And so if you know what it feels like in the first place, you know how to help people, because you'll be able to identify where they're at. So you just have to make sure that you get your healing first. What do you do when they come to your house and beg for you back? The cops won't do anything. You don't have to respond. There she goes. What I tell y'all? Just Be Real usually jumps in right in the middle. I told you she was coming. Just Be Real. Ask Stevie Bananas and Miss Natasha what my time is, because you all late and stuff, but I knew you were coming. Hey, Dane. But if the cops won't do anything, number one, you can contact a domestic violence. But you can contact a domestic violence program or organization. Let them know what's happening. Let them know that you're being stalked. Let them know that the police not do anything. You can request a no contact order, or a no contact. And there's another one, no contact order to protect yourself. And so you can do that, but you don't have to answer the door either. But yes, you can get a no contact order. Let them know that you fear your life. You don't know this person is stalking you. You know, what are the stalking laws in your state? But when you connect with a domestic violence organization, they can help you out, because a lot of things that we're talking about is stuff that they deal with on a daily basis. You have to remember that narcissist abuse is domestic violence. It just so happened that we're talking about an individual that possibly has narcissistic, restraining order. That we're talking about an individual, and a lot of people, when you go to court, you can't say that this person has narcissistic personality disorder. You're not a evaluator. You're not a professional that can evaluate. Plus, we as professional don't do that. When you go into a courtroom, you can't say that this is a narcissist professional and they know, because, I mean, that's really unethical for you to point out someone, for a professional point out and say, yes, that person has NPD. No, but what we talk about is, we talk about domestic violence. And when we talk about domestic violence, we also talk about, well, hey, Rachel, I haven't seen you in a long time, but I hope all is well. But when you're talking about a person that is abusing like this, we're talking about domestic violence. And so a lot of times, in order to get help, you got to address the behavior, the psychological torment, the stalking, everything, address the behavior. You don't turn around and use, that's a narcissist, or they have narcissism. No, address the behavior. When you go to a lawyer, when you go to a therapist, address the behavior, because you're dealing with domestic violence. That's what you're talking about. You're dealing with domestic violence. And so when you're dealing with domestic violence, you're bringing attention to the behavior. It just so happened that while we are talking on video, we're addressing the narcissistic personality disorder. We're talking about the behavior. We're talking about some of the things that they do that the average person does not do. You have people that do, say people that are addicted to drugs and alcohol. People that are addicted to drugs and alcohol have their own mental health issues, may not have narcissistic personality disorder. And counseling and treatment may help them. There are people that have overcome the abuse. There are people that have overcome addictions, and they felt very remorseful over the abuse that they committed, and how they abused their children and how they hurt their families and everything, and they changed. Those are individuals that did not have NPD. They may have had other issues. So everybody does not have NPD but people have NPD traits. I think somebody on YouTube asked me, well, if they have narcissistic traits and they're narcissists, isn't that the same thing, just traits and not the personality disorder? There's two different things. People have narcissistic traits. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have narcissism. You can watch your teenagers. Your teenagers, you would confuse as a narcissist. The stuff that they do and the stuff that they say, and you are no longer cool. They don't want to have anything to do with you. You know what I mean? A lot of the behavior from teenagers, this is a normal growth process for the average teenager. However, now that you're getting more information, you can almost tell, though, as they get into a specific age, you can tell some things are not normal. Some things are not normal when they purposely say you're in an abusive relationship and they purposely set you up to get abused by your spouse. When a child starts doing that, then you know something is not right. When a child is very abusive, and they're abusive to the people around them, it's like they can't connect with people, and they enjoy watching people hurt. Something is wrong with that. Even though you can't diagnose them, something is wrong with that, and you can tell that something is not right. 9 times out of 10, they're probably headed into, especially like kids that have like oppositional defiances. Is oppositional defiance disorder. They have like attachment problems, attachment disorders. Thank you, Monica. But they have like attachment problems. They may have like abuse. They come from families of drug addicts, or they come from neglect and rejection. A lot of that, is a foundation for developing that disorder. But not everybody may come from an abusive relationship. Well, oh, hey there, Mrs. Morris. But not all of them have been physically abused. A lot of the ones that I've met have been physically or sexually abused, neglected, or rejected. Something has happened. But a lot of times they also come from privileged families, and where the parents are actually developing and creating little narcissists, that they are entitled, that they are better than the average person, that they are above the average person, or you may have that golden child that narcissist is grooming, and then they eventually develop narcissistic personality disorder. Our personalities are very fragile. Our minds are very fragile, and so think about how, you are healing now. Think about how you're healing now, and how fragile the human mind personality is, how easy it is to manipulate people. It's easy to manipulate people, Cynthia said, Dr. Brian, I think kids with oppositional defiant disorder come from families that are toxic. Then they blame the child for being unwell. A lot of times when families come to counseling and they want us to fix the child, I always look at the family, because a lot of times you're wanting to fix the kid, but how can you fix the kid or help the child when the child has to go back into that volatile or that toxic environment? So it doesn't matter what you do with the child. It's almost like it's hopeless, because no matter what I do to try to help the child, or whatever people do to try to help the child, you got to send the child back into that environment again. And so really, think about it. You can give them a whole bunch of coping skills, but you're putting them back into that violent or that toxic relationship. You know what I mean? My 20-year-old son has what you described. He was groomed by my husband, and he's privileged. See? And a lot of narcissists do that. They groom the kids one way or another. They groom them to be sexually molested. They groom them to be their personal supply. You got to be careful, because something's not right with these narcissists. Their thinking is off. They do things. It's like, remember the movie The Terminator, y'all? Remember The Terminator? With the Terminator, remember that, and I think it may have been the first one, but remember the Terminator at all costs was going to get John Connor. They done crushed him, they done cut his arm off, but that arm was still moving. He was still sliding with that arm. That's how a narcissist is, especially if you cut them off, or They thought that they discarded you, but you really are happy that they left, and so you have nothing else to do with them. They continue to try to hurt you whatever way they possibly can. They do it through your kids. They do it through, they can't, it's like, why won't you leave me alone? That's what the average person says. Why won't they leave me alone? I have nothing for them. I don't bother them. I don't interfere with them. Nothing. Why are they still bothering me? Because of the fact that they feel like you won. And so because of the fact it feels like you won, they still come after you. They come after you because they have to prove that I won. And they're all about seeing you hurt. They're all about seeing you hurt. They seeing you struggle. If they think that you're doing well, a lot of you guys are doing so much better without them. And so because of the fact that you're doing so much better without them, they're upset. They're ticked off because you should not be healing. You should not be doing this well. You should not be smiling. You should not have all your teeth. You should not be walking around like one hand is longer than the other. That's how you should look. And they're upset at the fact that I can't believe that you're doing better without me. And so they pursue you. They just do stuff just to aggravate you, just to bother you, say stuff, do stuff. You think that they're long gone. You don't hear anything from them. And all of a sudden here, I always say they big head pop back up. That's how the country folks say they big head pop back up. All of a sudden they pop back up. You're like, what in the world? Why won't you go away? Right? But they're that little parasite, that gnat, like you keep coming up. Why are you bothering me? I'm 19. I'm in counseling twice a week. I am adopted, and both of my adoptive parents are raging narcissists. Give me just a minute. Let me get the rest of the message. They've raised me not to be independent. I can't drive, haven't worked, still am in school. They're emotionally crippling me. How can I break the toxic bond? My counselor said it's a lot, like it is the Stockholm Syndrome. That's what trauma bonding and Stockholm Syndrome can be, as a term, can use interchangeably. Olivia, you're 19 years old. Are you in high school or are you in college? You need to really work with your counselor, because you may have to, if you know that they were, and that's usually how they do it too. They always want you dependent on them. They want you to be they want to be everything to you, your God, your supply, everything. Olivia, is sad to say that, you may be in one of those positions where you have to think of how to be independent. If you're in college, how do you get on campus? How do you get away from them? How do you become independent by yourself? How can you get a job to support yourself? Talk to now, I don't know if you're in high school or I don't know if you're in college. If you're in high school, you're of age, you are an adult. Legally, you are an adult. And you may have to find, even through, foster care system or, agencies they have available to you, and see what it is that you can do to get your independence. If you are in college, speak to a college professor. They have counselors on, you're on summer break and just finished my junior year. Next year be my senior year. In college or in high school, Olivia? Hey there, Helen. In high school. Okay. Well, Olivia, technically you are an adult, but at the same time, you may have to ask your counselor for resources. Find resources, talk to the foster care program. A lot of times the foster care programs stay kind of connected with those children that have been adopted, and see what resources are out there for you. This is your last year. Like I said, you might want to work with your counselor to see what type of resources are out there, because right now you're at the mercy of the parents that are taking care of you. You're aware, there may be some things that you're going to have to put in place behind their back, to get yourself independent. Even if it is a job to try to support yourself, whatever it is that you apply for college, to get off of campus, But Olivia, for you, talk to your counselor, find out what resources, emancipation. She's already 19 years old. She doesn't need to be emancipated. She's 19 years old. She's already an adult. Hey, Lovey. Hi, Miss Lovey. But she's 19 years old. She's already an adult. But talk to your counselor. Find out what type of resources are out there. Find out what type of resources are out there. And support that you can get, even if you have to talk to like a domestic violence agency, a domestic violent group, to find out how you can escape. See if you can do that. See if you can do that. Hey there, Miss Luba. How are you? Well, Phyllis, it's not a good thing to tell her, if you're talking to an adult that's out there on their own, find a way and run quick is not a good thing to tell she is 19, so she's really an adult, but she's still in high school. And so it's not easy for her to just jump up and run because she's still kind of under the guardianship of the parents, even though she's an adult. So she may need to connect with like agencies, foster care agencies, counseling agencies that are connected to domestic violence agencies, and they may be able to assist her in getting out, if she's being abused. Let's see. Yeah, there are lots of variables. Exactly. Dane Cheney said there's a lot of variables. It is. There's a lot of variables that go with that. So it's not easy for me to give advice to her because there's a lot of things that go into play. So that wouldn't be good. You said, how do I know it's safe to date again when you're not over concerned about it? When you're not over concerned about getting with someone? My son, I believe, is going through Stockholm syndrome. He lives with his parent and stepdad, and they have him brainwashed, and he is solely dependent on them. Please help. Jermaine, I mean, the sad thing about it is that he would probably have to get into counseling. He'd probably have to get into counseling. Did you know the high school is college in the future? I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Thank you so much, Portia. I appreciate you. Hey there, Bradley. How are you? Always manipulate the good to some negative. Always explain and justifying with no answers. Yep. You are so welcome, Olivia. Keep me updated. Email me and keep me updated. Please don't send me these long, gigantic, long emails, but just keep me updated at what information you get. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, friends with Gigi. Why are narc men so dependent on their mothers and other people instead of themselves? That's not just narc men. That's narcissists in general. They're always dependent on other people for fuel. So you just happen to have one that's all dependent on mom, because mom is probably a narcissist as well. But all narcissists are dependent on people for fuel. That's why they move from people to people. Hey, Shirley Summers, I hadn't seen you in a while. Girl, you need to send me some more, inbox me so I can see some more of the jewelry. Because I lost some earrings. I done dropped a necklace and stuff. So I need you to send me some more pictures so I can see what kind of jewelry you got. So I can purchase some jewelry. Shirley, because you ain't been here in a minute. And every time I go up there and get my little jewelry, something missing. Because I done dropped it in the car or something. But it's not just narcissistic men. Narcissists in general are dependent on other people for fuel. They're not accountable for themselves. They're not accountable for their emotions. They're not accountable for their mistakes. Everything is somebody else's fault. They have to get with people in order to feel like they have some type of self-esteem, or they need people to make them feel good about themselves. If they don't feel good about themselves, 9 times out of 10, it's probably your fault in the first place. So they always need people. It's like an insulin shot. They need people. You see what I mean? You got to go watch my videos, Elizabeth. Go watch my videos or listen to my podcast. I talk about that on my podcast and on my videos. What is fuel? It's a you know what, just be real. She said, yeah, Auntie Shirley, LOL. Good. I'm glad you're still here. Thank you so much for being here. I hadn't seen you in such a long time. I know it's my jewelry girl, so inbox me, show me what you got, because I need some. I need to buy some. Yep, they're selfish and self-centered. They're irresponsible. They don't take responsibility for themselves. And it seems like, thank you, Nicole, and they always seem to get away with something. I tell him he sucks the life out of me, but I'd like to hear your definition, because he does. That's fuel. He's sucking the life out of you. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's sucking the life out of you. That is called energy vampires. Yep, that's what they do. They suck the life out of you. That's exactly what they do. Like an addict need their next fix. Exactly. Every time they get with a supply, what happens is they idolize you. You're the best thing that has happened to them since the last few hours. You're the greatest thing since sliced bread, since Wonder Bread. And then when they get accustomed to you, then they get bored. They got to move on to, it's like, that leather smell in a car. Everybody loves that leather smell, but it's just a matter of time that leather smell, that glue smell, actually goes away. And when that leather smell, that new car smell goes away, they look for the next new car smell. It's like a new toy. Every time they get a new toy, they get excited. And then they get bored with the toy, they move to another toy. It's that ego boost. They need that ego boost. How do you move past shame and embarrassment after being discarded? I got a video on that too, girl. I sure do. You have to know it's not your fault. It is not your fault. I mean, they don't come with instructions. The instruction doesn't say what all I'm going to do to you, right? It doesn't say what type of person that they are, because I think if they came and they truthfully was honest with you to tell you what they do, how they operate, what they're going to do to you, how they're going to tear your mind and your emotions up, I'm telling you, hey, Erica, I'm telling you that 9 times out of 10, majority of you guys wouldn't have gotten into the relationship if you knew what was coming, right? And so the one thing you got to understand when it comes to shame and embarrassment, which majority of all of us has been through, you know, is the fact that it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. And the fact is, you got to learn how to move on. This is a mistake in judgment. I didn't know. I mean, I know now, but they didn't come with instructions. You didn't know. Yeah, you didn't know. Wanda said, what about the high profile figure narcissist? When they travel, they go state to state to meet their supply. Absolutely. Hey, Tanya, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just know it's not your fault. It's not your fault. There's nothing you can do to change them. It's not your responsibility to change them. You know, it is absolutely not your responsibility to change them. Jezebel was a narcissist. Jezebel actually had narcissistic personality disorder. But it's not your responsibility to change them. There's nothing that you can do. Does a narc do what they do on purpose? Of course. That's how they get their fuel. And they learn from each one of us. As they go from supply to supply, after they move from supply to supply, that's how they learn to do what they do. And they just get better as they do it. And they know that if I manipulate, if I say this, if I do this, if I push this button, I can get what I want. Why are there so many narcissists in the church? Because people who are in church are vulnerable. Most people come to church because they trust, you know, God is going to be there. I'm hurting, you know, they're vulnerable. You know, they're vulnerable. They're learning how to trust. And so the best place to come is in the midst of vulnerability. You know, that's why you got to have a good shepherd, a good pastor to look over the sheep. That's what they're called sheep. You know, you got to have a good pastor to look over the sheep, to make sure the saints are taken care of, to make sure nothing happens to the people that they're responsible for. But then you do have people that are in the pulpit that are narcissists. And to them, all these people is like their fuel. And if they're not truly rooted in God, if they're not really God-fearing people that care about the people and teaching people how to have a relationship with God, then they're going to teach them how to be dependent on them. And they pull them in because people tend to look at their pastors and their leaders as, you know, as leaders, and they honor them. They kind of reverence them. And so if you have a bad leader, when I say bad leader, one that has narcissism, they're going to pull them to themselves. It'll be all about them, pulling them to themselves. There's a difference between honoring a leader, because you should honor leaders. You should honor leaders. You should honor the leaders, because, you know, they work hard at making sure you're taken care of. But people are not dumb anymore. I mean, some people are so wounded that they're blind and they get pulled in. But at the same time, you know, you can pick up when are you teaching me how to have a relationship with God, or are you teaching me how to have a relationship with you? And when I say you, meaning that you are, it feels almost like what I've went through before. But then some people are so hurt that they can't tell the difference between good leadership and discipline and narcissism. So it is a very touchy-feely type thing. And for more information on that, you know, please go to please go to my mentor's YouTube channel, which is Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. She is my pastor. She's the presiding prelay of Into His Chambers Global Ministry, and she is our leader, our mentor. That is who trained and raised me up. You know, so I am a product of her work, and I honor her and I respect her. And whatever I have to do, that's my spiritual parent. I take care of her, but I don't worship the ground that she walk on. You know, she's not my God. You know. So, but she is my leader. Yes, Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper, but she is my leader. She's my leader. I reverence her. I honor her. I know the work that she does because I'm in close proximity with her when I'm in the church. And so I know that she's not a narcissist, but not everybody can say that about their leader. You see what I mean? Yeah. Yep. So, yep, just go to Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. It's without the E. Destiny Helper. And she's on YouTube. You guys can follow her. Yeah. Thank you for giving us a very important info. You are so welcome, Jennifer. You are so welcome. You need an art group in your city? Play some of these videos. Hey, from Poland. Yeah, she's a naughty. Yes, she is. Yep. Dr. B, I thought once a narc knows you know what they are, will leave you alone. Nah, they don't leave you alone because they'll deny what they are. They'll say that you're crazy and you're the narcissist. So it's not necessarily true. When you start picking up on the game and everything, they just get worse at what they do. That's all. Now, some of them will discard you and some of them will not. But, you know, one thing they're going to do is they'll smear your name to make it seem like you're the narcissist or you're the crazy one. Yeah. I think narc use black magic. Some of them do. Yep. Found out my ex-pastor was narc after he aided with my ex. It was heartbreaking. See? Yep. Sometimes they never leave you alone. It's like they're obsessed with you. I appreciate how 2 Timothy lists so many narc traits. Actually, 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, lays out the exact behavior of a narcissist. It describes the narcissist behavior. Thank you so much, Rainbow. I appreciate you. You're welcome, Zuleila. Beautiful name, Zuleila. That is beautiful. Do they ever remember the good you did for them? They seem so ungrateful. They know the good they did. They could care less because it wasn't them. So it doesn't matter. They're entitled. So they think that everybody has to do what you did. So if you did what you did, they expect the next person to do just as much. They're entitled. So it doesn't matter for, like, if you do something wonderful for me, I'm going to be so appreciative. I never forget, wow, that is the most beautiful thing you've ever done. I appreciate it. But I won't let you use that to control me, because some people will give gifts. Some people will do things in order to obligate you, to make you feel as if you are obligated to talk to them, obligated to do for them. They hold you obligated. That's what a narcissist does. They'll do things for you and then obligate you to make you feel like you are obligated to do whatever I want you to do. But the average person will be appreciative. Cape, South Africa. Okay. That is awesome. South Africa in the house. And that is a beautiful name. But yeah, but you can do something nice for a person and they're appreciative. But you shouldn't hold that against them like they owe you something. If you're given a gift with an expectation in return, then you really didn't give a gift. A narcissist gives a gift with an expectation. And so all the beautiful things that you did that you think are heartwarming to them, they feel like you're supposed to do that. And any other person that I get with is supposed to. It's that entitlement. Is that entitlement. They feel entitled that everyone should be doing this. That everyone should be doing this. Oh, thank you, Miss April. I appreciate you. I've been in divorce mediation with narc since December after 5 years of marriage and 3-year-old son. He was publicly, privately, emotionally abusive. Now he's trying to go back to before. Is he straight crazy? Probably. Thank you, Miss Tasha. Probably. Monica said they use black magic. Narc wants you to die. They see you as a threat. Not all of them are into like black magic, but they are they're very manipulative. Not all of them are into straight black magic. You know, a lot of them just do what they do. They're not into, the darker arts. Some of them are. You explained this so well. Thank you so much for all you do on this topic. Thank you so much, Carissa. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. At my last employer, I can feel things, and I can, in a way, read people's intention. And yes, there is black magic involved because I can feel it. It's evil. Okay, well, that's your experience. But not all of them practice black magic. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Tasha. I'm a giving person, so why do people think every time I give, I'm giving with a motive? I'm not like that at all. I do it from my heart. Well, Miss Shirley, if you brought that up, that's how you feel. If you just brought that up, that's how you feel. So that's how you're feeling. And so if you have to question why does that bother you so much? If you know in your heart you're not doing it because you have a motive, then why does that bother you so much? Now you got to answer your own question. You got to look in your heart and ask yourself, why do you feel that way? Because if I do something for someone, I don't do it with a motive. I don't do it because I'm expecting something in return. I just do it. Hey, Pastor Ali. Hey, Dawn. But I don't do it with a motive. And so if someone accuses me of having a motive, which I've never had anybody accuse me of having a motive, it wouldn't bother me because I know better. It doesn't bother me. But if it bothers you, you have to ask yourself, why does it bother you? I can feel the evil when they give you their stare as cold as dark. Yeah. I brought it up because people I meet always tell me that. Now you have to go and look at yourself. If people always say that, ask yourself a question. Ask yourself that question. Why did that just come back up? Because if it came back up, then you have to ask yourself, why did that come up? You have to look at yourself. If something comes up, look at yourself. Look at yourself. I'm 1 week and 2 days, no contact. How do I stay strong from not contacting my ex-narc? Continue to watch these videos. Continue to watch Apostle Sadler's videos. Focus your attention on something else besides them. When they pop up in your head, find something else to do. And I know right now, because we're shut in, sometimes for some people that don't have anything to do, it becomes kind of hard because there's nothing to do. Find something to do. Start writing a book. Start doing blogs. Find something to do. Every time they pop up in your head, find something else to do. And the more you find to do, and every time you replace those thoughts, the easier it's going to get. It's not going to be easy right in the beginning because it's fresh. And so the more you do it and the more you practice it, the easier it gets. Dr. Carmen said about these chats, things can be real evident. Yeah. The Confessions of a Hebrew Israelite. I can't see your whole question because it kind of goes off screen. So I don't know everything that's being said. So I'm going to just assume you're saying, how should you handle smear campaigns? Can you do anything to salvage your reputation? Well, number one, is it affecting your job? Is it affecting your finances? Is it affecting your workplace? If it's affecting your job, your finances, your workplace, you go talk to a lawyer, because there is something known as, what is it called? Defamation of character. And so you may have to talk to a lawyer if it's interfering with your job, your ability to get a job, your ability to make money. If it's interfering, if something has happened in the workplace, go talk to a lawyer, because they do have things called defamation of character, where it begins to affect your your life. So if that's the case, if it's not affecting your life, if it's not, then it doesn't matter. Who cares who thinks the way that they think about you? It doesn't matter. If you have a small group of supporters, you have a small group of people, it's not affecting work, just people in okay, maybe those are not the people in your circle. If it's affecting them and they have something to libel. Yeah, Red Love, that's it. It's defamation of character and also libel. Libel. Go talk to a legal professional. But if it's just the people in your circle, then those are not people. I mean, sometimes this right here, when people show their face and they trust them, you see what I mean? Those are the people that you don't want in your circle. Once you have stabbed me in my back, I'm a loyal person. But once you've stabbed me in my back and you did it in a facetious or negative way, I'm stuttering, but if once you stab me in my back and you do it in a facetious way, you do it in a way where you try to ruin my reputation, or you do it in a way to try to hurt me, I may be cordial with you, but I will never trust you again. I give you 100%, almost, almost. I'm cautious. I watch you, but it takes a long time to build a relationship with someone. It's always been that way. And so it takes a long time to build a relationship with someone. And so once I've built that relationship, like if my church family, that's almost 14 years of building a relationship with them. I know them. And so they have a bad day. If we bump heads from time to time, they're family, but I know that they're not ill meaning or mean or vindictive, or they're trying to hurt me. It just, we may have a bad day. We may have a difference in opinions. But I've been around them for almost 14 years. I know their character. And once you know a person's character, they may make mistakes. They may even make you mad. Isn't that what family does? And so they may make you mad. But one thing that I won't let happen, they ain't gonna break up with me. I know that. They're not gonna break up with me. But that's because they've never done anything to harm me. And I've never done anything to purposely harm them. There's a difference. You see what I mean? And so you should be careful when you watch a person's character. Once you know a person's character and you know what they're like, then their humanity, you see their humanity, you can forgive them because they're human just like anybody else. But when their character, that's that personality disorder. When their character is flawed, you'll know. because they do the same thing over and over again. It's like the same thing. 8 minutes, okay, it's the same thing over and over and over again, and they don't change. You like, dang, this is what you would really like. So I'm just gonna keep you at a distance. I'll be nice to you, but we're gonna be at a distance. I'll never be close to you like that again. And I definitely won't tell you my personal business. You see what I mean? Will they ever change? Nope. Is there any way, or will they be great for a while and go right back to it? They never change. They stay the same. It's a personality disorder. It's a permanent personality dysfunction. A permanent personality flaw, character flaw. Thank you. You do not have to trust them, but you can forgive them. Absolutely. That's why I tell you guys, you have to forgive. When you forgive a person, it helps set you free, not them. Forgiveness has nothing to do with them. Forgiveness is setting yourself free from them, making yourself free from them. To forgive them is to open up the cage so you can get out of the place that you're holding yourself hostage. A narcissist will never seek resolution. A narcissist will never close doors. There is no closure with a narcissist. You have to forgive them and move on and realize you have a personality. Something is wrong with you. I'm going to forgive you because you don't know any better, but that doesn't mean I have to be your friend. That doesn't mean I have to talk to you. That doesn't mean I have to engage with you anymore. I'm going to forgive you because you don't know any better. Do you think the Lord can heal Christian narc? Can they change? Let me tell you something, Modupe. You got to understand this. God can heal anybody that wants to be healed. A narcissist does not want to be healed. They don't see anything wrong with themselves. In order for you to change something about yourself, let's say if I was your employer and I give you, like in the military, I give you monthly counseling to show you all the things that you're doing good and I want you to sustain, and all the things that I want you to work on. I even give you like tools, like for example, hey, in order for you to get promoted, I need you to go to college. I need you to get some college credits. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And then you realize, wow, these are the things that I need to do to achieve this. And so these are the things I'm going to sustain, and these are the things that I'm going to change. So you work on changing those things. A narcissist does not see any flaws. You can tell them as much as you want to about all the things that they're doing wrong. They just look at it as you're a hater. So God can heal anybody that wants to be healed, but a narcissist doesn't want to be healed because they don't see anything wrong with them. Then on top of that, and check this out, I'm going to tell you this story. I remember talking to this lady, and she was married to a narcissist. And she needed a new car. And so the narcissist did a down payment on a car and got her a car. And so, of course, she hugged his neck and, oh, my gosh, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, she had to make the car payments, but he put the down payment on the car. She got the car. And so I think it was like within a few weeks, because that was fuel for him. He felt that fuel because, oh my gosh, she's paying me all attention. Now, I think it was a few weeks later, I think they were in a conversation, and what she said is like, look at God. Look what God did. I'm talking about God is amazing. He looked at her and said, God didn't do this. I did this. And she just looked at him, and he was like, God didn't do this. I did this. So why are you thanking God? God gave me the ability to do this. God gave me the opportunity to make the money to get the car for you. So it's me, not God, that did this. So think about it for just a minute. Miss Madup, hopefully I said that right, Madup. So the thing is that they even see themselves equivalent to God. So why would a narcissist go and seek, to heal or because you have to acknowledge that something is wrong. Even an alcoholic or a drug addict, in order for them to make it through a program that help detox them or help them to recover from their addiction, they first have to admit to the fact that they have an addiction problem, that there's a problem. But most alcoholics that you talk to, like, I don't have a problem with drinking. If I want to stop drinking, I'll stop. Even me, when I used to smoke for over 14, 15, 16 years, I used to always say the same thing, like, I want to smoke. I like smoking. But when I tried to smoke, when I tried to stop smoking, I couldn't stop smoking. I realized I was addicted to the cigarette. But I had to make a choice, regardless of what I went through, that I'm going to stop smoking. So I started eating. So I got chunky. But you have to think, yes, God can heal anybody if they want to. If they ask for forgiveness, if they ask to be, is it Madupe? Okay, Madupe. Mo, okay. I apologize. I'm sorry. But yeah, so of course. There's nothing that's impossible for God. But the thing is you got to admit that you got a problem. Let me admit the fact that I have a problem. My breath stinks. Help me to come up with a plan to keep my breath from stinking. Do I need gum? Do I need Ajax in my mouth? Do I need bleach? What do I need to do? Do I need to get my teeth checked? Or do I need to go to a doctor to find out something wrong with my stomach? But I'm going to make a conscious effort. God, help me to come up with a plan, okay? And help me, because I can't do this for myself, right? But why would they, you know, like I said, there's nothing impossible, but a narcissist has to want to change. They have to want to change. And majority of the ones that you meet, they don't want to change. They like the way that they are. They're not the problem. You are. Is it normal when a cut talks about your weight and split ends? I'm not sure what you're asking me. Yes, you can change or modify what you don't. You can't change or modify what you don't acknowledge. Exactly. See? Can't change. Yep. You have a free will to believe or not to believe. And you have the free will of making choices, and all choices have consequences, good or bad. All choices have consequences, positive or negative. Absolutely. Called a covert malignant narcissist out for her role in a murder, and that's the first thing she's threatened me with. Yeah, there you go. She seems to fit the characteristics of a DSM-5, but she's a healer and helps people. I've gotten the verbal and emotional abusive side of her, though. Well, there we go. They always need to be glorified. Yup. Yes, like you said, you take self-observation. Yup. They will project the feelings of who they really are into you. Yup. It's normal that ex-narc husband, they want to know all your business and projects. I find hard because we have kids together and can't go completely no contact. Yep, I did a video on that too. I think it's co-parenting versus counter-parenting. When I say look at God, mine says where is he? See? See? When he talks about you, when he talks down on you, but then when it upsets you, he says you're overreacting. Pretty common. That's called gaslighting. That's gaslighting. Kimberly says, silly question, but this narc always brings up the cruelest things when mad, like bringing up my rape, my sexual abuse, and says it with such hate. They get off on this. Yep. It's called trauma bonding. Yep. He's punishing you. Whatever you did, he's punishing you. So he's bringing up all those things that were private, and it was a private conversation between the two of you. Everything that you say will, time up, okay. So everything that you say and disclose to them will and can be used against you again later on in order to win a fight or to keep control over you. I'd like to send you a gift, but I need your address. You have to email me, and I'll send you my P.O. box. Well, all right, y'all. Miss Tasha said my time is up, so I'm getting ready to go. Hey there, Mary. How are you? So I'm getting ready to go, y'all. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Miss Tasha. Remember, you guys, Miss Tasha, when Natasha's Touch, it's Natasha at natashastouch.com. For those of you that have businesses that need like brochures, you need flyers, you know, you want to come up with your own brand or something like that, she does all that. And she has nominal fees. And so you guys contact her. A lot of you guys are starting your businesses. A lot of you are starting coaching. A lot of you guys are starting books. If you want a book cover, she can do all that for you. She's really good at what she does. She does it for our church. She assists Apostle Helen Sadler. She does all her flyers. She did my flyer that last time, so I use her for my stuff. And I'm going to use her for big things, big old things. So you guys make sure you guys get in contact with her if you need some work that's done. And so I thank you guys. Of course you can rewatch it. As soon as it posts, you can rewatch it. It just takes a few seconds to post. And as soon as it posts, you can rewatch it. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. I appreciate you guys. For those of you that don't know who I am and you guys are just new to the channel, you guys go to my YouTube channel. It is Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. And you guys can subscribe. Make sure you when you do the subscribe, make sure you hit all. I think it's all. I'm also on Facebook under Overcoming Narcissist Abuse and Psychological Health Consultants and Services. You guys make sure that you guys go and give me a thumbs up. You guys follow. You guys know that I have podcasts as well. Thank you so much, Ms. Levy. I do have podcasts. My main platform is Podbean. And so I broadcast, well, I don't broadcast live, but I put all my, there she goes. Make sure you put it on Facebook too, Tasha. So if you guys need some work, Miss Natasha is putting her information for you guys to contact her. She does excellent work. She is excellent work. So you guys make sure you get in contact with her and keep her busy. But also, my main platform is Podbean. And so if you guys go to Podbean, don't look for Dr. Carmen Bryant because I might not show up on there. Look for Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. And then you guys follow me on Podbean because the Podbeans are usually a little different. My podcasts are a little different, but the same. There she goes on Facebook. So you guys need her information. Yeah, Shirley, send me an email so I can see what you got. But make sure that you guys go to Podbean. You can got iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, and Podbean. That's my main platform. And look for Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. And you guys go and follow me on my podcast. And make sure you guys get my book. I don't have it over here. If I get up, I have to walk all the way to my office, way over there. I have to drive to my office over there. But it's Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. You can find it on Amazon. And you can also find it on Barnes & Noble. For those of you that like Kindle or ebook, you can order Kindle or ebook. You're so welcome, Mabel. But Mo, did I answer your question, Mo? Hopefully I did. But also, so you guys can order that. And if you guys are overseas, I think there was some problems. Thank you, Just Be Real. I would, but I would have to get up from this table, and I made myself comfortable. So if I get up, I yank all the cameras down. So I don't want to get up. Thank you, Miss Kimberly. Okay, thank you, Miss Mo. Hopefully that answered the question. Thank you so much. And thank you so much. I'm not sure, Miss Rose, but I know you can go to my my publisher, which is underneath my YouTube videos. Look underneath my YouTube videos, and underneath my YouTube videos have the links to my Cash App, my PayPal. I want you guys to know that I'm very grateful. You guys have donated, so that allowed me to get a nice ring and a stand for the cameras. I have a desk coming in, and with the desk, I also have other stands for my iPad. I was able to get the iPad, and so I get the stand for the iPad. I can broadcast on more than one channel. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You guys stay tuned because I will be doing the Zoom conferences. Just give me time to get my stuff in order because when I start, I like to be committed to you guys and I like to be consistent with what I do. I'm also working on classes. So those of you that can't afford coaching at this particular time might be able to register to some of the classes that I have. And so I appreciate you guys. You said, remember, watch the movie when you're doing your nails. So check this out. This is what I'm going to do. So the next time we come on and talk, y'all got to know that I've watched the movie. So I'm going to drive over to my office right over there. I'm going to drive to my office in my chair. So I'm going to drive over there to my office. And I got to look and see if I have some work to do because I know I do have some work to do. And so I'm going to see how much work I have to do. And if I have a lot of work to do, I won't be able to watch the movie tonight. I might have to watch it tomorrow. But if I don't have a lot of work to do over there to get some of that stuff out of the way, then I'm going to watch the movie tonight and I'm going to do my nails. I got to redo my nails because my nails broke. So I had a young lady on here that rebuked me for getting my nails done. I can't recall her name. It was a little funny, but I got rebuked for getting my nails done. She said, I can't believe that as soon as they let you out, you just jumped up and get your nails done. I hope it's worth it. Just so you guys know, we are in the state of Washington, and in the state of Washington, our governor has not lifted the stay-at-home order. It is still in place until May 31st. And I think for us businesses, we can't go back until like June, but they're asking us to stay online. And so if I cannot go out and none of the nail techs are available, then who you think doing the nails? If I make my own wigs, y'all, then I do my own nails too, y'all. So if you haven't been following me for a long time, I am a former licensed cosmetologist. She doesn't know about us. We're multi-talented. What you talking about, Natasha? Tasha can build a house. Hey, Telsha, you all late. Yeah, you late. Yeah, they don't know about us. They don't know about Intuit Chambers gals over there. We build houses. We can change engines. We change tires. If you're on the side of the road, we'll come and change your tire. We'll come and take an engine out for you. We'll replace batteries. What you talking about? I'll do nails, feet, hair. If you bald headed, I will make you a wig. You have a lot of hair. You want to look like Shaka Khan? You want to look like Cher? Hey, I got you. And so to the young lady, hey, Tasha done, hey, when we, I wasn't there because I was at work, but when we had our last church, Tasha and Robbie, they got on YouTube and they laid all the tiles on the floor. They laid all the tiles. They laid the carpet, everything. Don't play with us. This little quarantine, this ain't nothing to us. We keep our feet done. We keep our nails done. We keep our hair done. So today I have a bun. That ain't my hair. I mean, I paid for it. You know, next week I have a red wig on. What you talking about? I'll make some wigs. You want me to look like Cher? What you want me to look like? So to the young lady that rebuked me for going out to get my nails done, child, I did that myself. And every hairstyle you see on camera is probably made or I done slicked it with some gel. That's how the Chambers do it. That's how the Chambers do it. You know, jewelry, I make my own jewelry. It just so happened that these right here is the Tracy Lynn. I just haven't had the time to do my jewelry because I was busy doing other stuff. But I'll have my jewelry line out so you guys can purchase my jewelry. I also do my own facial products and keep me from getting acne. So that's Miss Lovey right there. That's one of the ushers. She's one of the ushers. So we do our own stuff. Miss Lovey used to come in there with them what is not egg rolls, whatever we had. And shoot, they don't know about us. So hey, you got to learn how to do it yourself. What you talking about? If we go to war, I can save a lot of y'all. I'm gonna take you through the woods. We go through the woods without shoes on, okay? That's how we do. Yeah, busy building houses. What you talking about? That's right. When with my jewelry line, so I do jewelry. I do jewelry, but y'all asking me to do a lot at one time. You know what I mean? You guys asked me to do a lot at one time. Just let me get everything else in place first, y'all. Let me get everything in place. So let me get my classes. Let me get my, my channel, not my channel, but my classes up. Let me get the conferences up and going. Because remember, I still have clientele. So I can't be on camera talking to y'all, doing my nails and doing jewelry at the same time. It doesn't work that way. So by the time I start doing my jewelry again, y'all see me wear my jewelry first so that you guys will have the opportunity. When I start wearing my jewelry, I'll let you guys know I have my jewelry, and then it'll be limited pieces because I can't make a whole lot. I will offer it to you guys, okay? Patricia said, I'm retired Army, so I know what you talking about. See, I'm retired Army. See, y'all know. You know how we do. What? Change the tire? Take a battery out? What you talking about? I done came from church. Had my church clothes on. I was looking nice. And my light went out in the back and in the front. I put a towel on the floor, on the ground, laid on the ground, changed my lights, and went to the back, got my jewels out, took my jewelry off, opened up them lights, replaced my lights in there. Oh, I done did some work on my car and got up, shook my hair, and went back in the house with my shoes in my hand. Shoot, the Chambers Day, Tasha, Miss Lovey, y'all don't know about us Amazon women over there. We'll do it. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys. You fell over. Hey, that's how we do it. Don't let Tasha fool you. She a lady, but she can build a house. What you talking about? All she do is watch YouTube. We gonna build some houses. Hey, I appreciate you guys. I'm glad I could make you guys smile before I get off. I always love to, I can't see you guys, but I know you guys are smiling and laughing. So I'm glad that after a hard talk and having to deal with, emotions and everything, I can make you smile. I appreciate you guys. I just said that I'm a lady. So I'm a lady too. I'm a lady too. You are a lady and you don't sweat. Hey, I appreciate you guys, and I'm glad that I'm able to make you guys smile. Hey, and it's always a pleasure and an honor when you have to talk about hard things and when you have to talk about things. I know Tasha's the woman, but I appreciate it. You guys go through a lot of hard things. A lot of you guys are heartbroken. Sometimes the only thing that you have is somebody maybe to come and make you smile and laugh and joke. So I'm always honored that you guys allow me into your lives and to make you smile. Thank you so much for trusting me. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm getting ready to go, y'all. So by the time I come back on Tuesday or Wednesday, one of those days, I'm going to have different nail colors, okay? So just to let y'all go know that I'm not leaving the house. I don't have my nail techs. I miss them too, because even though I know how to do it, it feels good to be catered to be pampered sometimes. And when you in here rubbing on your own horseshoes and having to take the drill and change your horseshoes out all the time, it becomes tiring. You know, I'm not skinny. When I bend over, I lose some oxygen from my head too. So, and it take me a day or so to get my feet done by myself. So, hey, I love you guys. You guys have a wonderful evening. You guys take care of yourself, all right? Bye, y'all.